Right, yeah, I get there. Good morning, people. So today's walk's going to be the Buttermere Marathon. Around 15 miles, 10 to 11 hours and 7 Wainwrights. This is one of the longest and the hardest routes out of the 36 walks we've been doing. I was looking at it last night and I think we could do it in maybe 9 hours at a push. It is quite long and the elevation's around 1700 metres, so it's quite big like. Cold one today though, man. I had to crack out the gloves this morning. It's about 1 degree now, 7 o'clock. Got here early so we could get some parking. But yeah, should be a good day and 90% chance of cloud-free summits. Looks clear as anything today, mate. Nice and fresh. Nice little spot for the camp there. But yeah, it's very boggy here. You can hear it. Not the best. It's already too hot. That sun's up now. Feel the warmth coming, so I'm gonna get the shorts on. Lash me coat. Just spotted this little waterfall here. Quality that, innit? Have a little look. That'd be a quality spot for a little dip in the summer. Right. Good stuff that. Just off this bridge here. Yeah, I've been walking quite a while, to be honest. Over an hour now, like. And just felt like we were getting nowhere. You can see in the background where we was earlier on. But yeah, back in full summer gear now. Absolutely roasting now. So it's really boggy on the way up to this first Wainwright. Swear to God. It's not great, it's just wet everywhere. And we're heading over in that direction somewhere. Not my favourite terrain if I'm honest, but we're getting there slowly but surely. It's barren out here as well, no one about. I'm seeing no one since the wild camp fella. So this first 3 miles is literally just being grassy and boggy. Nothing very interesting going on. Nice and quiet though around here. Yeah, just be aware at the start of this one. If you actually want to do these, you could go to the valley, as I said earlier on. There's proper paths going up the mountains in Buttermere. This first mountain's out of the way, so you've got to go round in a circle. But they've done a lot of the walk to start, just walking down here. Now the path's starting to get a bit better now, but it is what it is. So I don't know if you can see the route I'm following. It's cutting up here to the first one, but there's no actual path. We're going to have to go all the way around by the looks of it. Nothing there, there's no actual path. And he's wanting us to go up that. Don't get me wrong, you could, but we're just going to stick to the path. Just go round the logical way. Just passing a big tarn here. We're going to head up this way. Up there. The guy's route was asking us to go to the middle of that, up to the summit, but it didn't look like there was a path there. Couldn't see anything on the GPS, so just using the proper path here. Doesn't seem like it's had it too long on. And we'd have to have ascended it there anyway, which looked quite tough. It's been a long few miles though, walking through this stuff, mate. The grassy gear, not being great. But I do know up there it's quite rocky and flat, so because I've done a few of them before. So we've just come across this little stile thing, whatever you call them, to jump over, and that area was so wet, like nearly going ankle deep in this area here. And you can see the path does run up here, up there. So we decided to come down this fence line, and we just had to jump this little barbed wire fence here, as there's no way over to get over to this part here. Absolute nightmare around here. It's just so boggy, like it's stupidly boggy in some areas. Nearly went over my boots, the water, because it was that bad. So if you're coming this way, just be mindful. I'm not really a fan of jumping barbed wire fences, but unfortunately I had to there. But anyway, we're going to go up this, head up here, nice path by the looks of it. And then I know up on the top of them mountains is nice and rocky and stuff, so this should be the bad part out of the way. We've come up quite a bit, around 500 metres now. You see views of the coastline. See miles into the distance. Nice and clear, man. So according to the GPS, in the distance here is Ireland. You can see a couple of mountains over there, and then Isle of Man over there. Didn't know that, but now I do. It's mad that you can even see them that clearly. At least on good ground now. Just see the summit coming into view. And apparently there's a second summit over here. I've just been reading in a Wainwright book that it's got two summits and they're separated by that fence. And that one, the triangulation point, is the highest one at 616 metres. But I'm going to go to both. I may as well. You take 5 minutes. See what apparently the other one looks quite cool. But yeah, this is the highest one we're going to first. Great Bourne, 616 metres, first one of the day. There's actually 2 cairns. This is the highest one, and then there's one just over that fence line. But yeah, that was tough getting up here. We've been walking for ages actually. Wainwright has also mentioned about shelters here. We're actually 5 miles into this, so that's been a long walk up to this. And we're heading over that way. Looks like a bit of a drop off, but I'm just going to head over here and check this second cairn out. So the second marker's in this area apparently, over the top of the tarn. I hope I don't pickle myself here to find the lower summit. So here's your view of the tarn, as Wainwright has said. I'm not sure where the second summit is. Big drop there, can't see nothing round. I think I'll give that a miss. I've been to the official one, but Nice view anyway. Seems like a bit of a pointless detour if you're going to look for it. It's probably around here somewhere, but the Ordnance Survey doesn't even mention it, so all it says is the official one over there. It's worth a look though. Anyway, crack on to the next. Get back over the fence again and then head in the direction of the second one. Coming through a bit of an ascent now. That's where we come from before. First Wainwright. Starling Dodd, 633 metres. You know what, Wainwright had said this is a bit featureless, but I think that's quite cool, that summit. I think that's good, man. Belter. You know what, better than some of them I've seen, and look at the views around here. Boss. Mate, that's a good one. He said that it wasn't that good, but I think that's really good. Yeah, decent. I like the old reminiscence of the fence there. And it looks like we're going to descend again and back up. Makes sense where a lot of the ascent comes from today, because we come down then and back up, and that was wasn't the easiest in the world. Like 2 down, 5 more left, but it's been a good day so far. Nice straightforward path to the next one. See it running up the mountain. Starting to make our ascent up to Red Pike. Quite a few people have come down this way. Probably ascended in Buttermere. As you can see, a few are turning up now from over them ways. Nice and steep this part, just below the summit. Just had a big slip then trying to video. Yeah, it's steep this last section up to the summit, but we're not far off it, right below it now. Must be the cannon. That's what Wainwright had said there, innit? A little shelter. Wow, the views up here, man, it's sick. We couldn't see any of this when we were up here last time, though. No. Do you remember? Red Pike, 755 metres. It's the pile of rocks here in the shelter. And views up here though, mate. Sick that, you know. How good are them views? Boss. You can see where we're parked down here, and we've come all the way round over to here and up. A long way that. Everyone's taking the other route. We were just saying then, we done this Red Pike years back, and couldn't see a thing when we done it. Before we got into walking properly, and we were just winging everything. Do you know what, coming back here blew me away how good it is up here. I can see why Buttermere is so popular. Absolutely sick up here, man. Quality. So remember the one time we came up here and we ascended here past the tarn. Loads of people down there. You can see tents and everything. That's a good route in from Buttermere, from the road over there where we're parked. It's actually class to see it on a clear day because we couldn't see anything. That is just pure scary. Boss, innit? It's scary. It's a hazardous mushroom. Absolute monster. Not the biggest mushroom you've ever seen. Oh, I've broke it now. It's dead now.
How did we just do this? Like,
There's loads of mad waypoints up here. Ah, that must be the summit, that one. That. Yeah, it looks the highest point on it. 100%. That was Haystacks, 806 metres. We were a bit confused about which was the summit because Wainwright had said he didn't even know, but we had a little look around at a few cairns and that looked like the biggest to me, the one with the stick I was sitting on before. So I'm going to say that's it. So our next one's called High Crag, which looks like quite a bit far away from here. So looking on the Ordnance Survey, this is called Great Crags apparently, which is higher than the last one, but not a Wainwright for some reason. Good cairn. High Crag, 744 metres. Cool around this area, isn't it? Good views.
yeah.
5 down, 2 to go. The views are fantastic up here. Just going to the next one. Just crack on, may as well. Got a big descent just down here. I remember this from last time, it's a big drop off, isn't it? I remember this path last time and the wet being terrible. Everyone's slipping everywhere. It's nice and steep down there. You can see where we just come off, how steep it is. That section there is just nasty, man. Slippy. Wouldn't advise coming in this in really bad weather. It's too slippy, man. Even on a dry day, everyone was slipping in front of us as well. So we just fell back a bit and let everyone go past. Been out for quite a few hours now, so I was thinking, starting to slow down a bit. Still got about 7 miles left as well. So many people on top of Haystacks there, and Fleetwith Pike in the background. Very popular. Oh, in the Wainwright book it says there's 2 cairns. I think that's one and that's the other one over there. I don't know. There it is there. Haystacks, 597 metres. So I've just been reading that Wainwright said there was 2 cairns here. That must be one. He said there's one adjacent that's the same height. I think it might be that thing over there. But yeah, you can see why this is so popular. Just got here in time as everyone was leaving. It's about 50 people just being up here, but people are starting to go back down.
Oh, it's stunning, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it? Some stunning views up here of the lake. Mountain. And our last one of the day is over there. Fleetwith Pike. Ah, that looks quality, that.
No.
Doesn't look quality, that walk back the car. That's how far away it is.
Oh god.
No one's taking another 6 miles. Dog's going in. Yeah.
Oh.
Just coming up to Haystacks Lake Man before sending up to Fleetwith. You can just see the summit in the distance up here. See a few people up there. Not a lot left. Last bit of ascent and looks like a steep one coming off Fleetwith though. Just noticed on the GPS there's Dub's Hut. Always wondered where that was. Looks like people are camping inside it. Go and have a look in a sec. Full in here. Nah, this is quality, this one, you know. Someone's on the cans there. What did be the lads who went for a walk? Yeah, that's quality. Ladder up there. Mate, that's what most A Buthy is like, similar to that, but the Bourne is better than that. And it's a bit well bigger than this. Still good though, innit? This would be class if you come up here with a group. Yeah. Oh, someone's dog went missing. Yeah, that's a good view, innit?
No, this isn't the one though.
Still boss that though.
No. We need to come here.
Class man, I'll come here one day, defo. 100% mate. Ah, this must have been a part at one stage.
We could pretend to hear it, couldn't you? The shelters.
You will have been having lemons everywhere in your life. Yeah. Oh well. Dub's Hut. Good one for you there. Just noticed here. Another bothy. I've heard people talk about that one and say it's quite secretive, but I can see it from here. It's not that hard to find.
No.
And Dub's Hut's just down there. But I don't know if the camera's picking it up, it's just there. So there's 2 bothies right next to each other basically. And they're off. You could park by the Slate Man and just walk to either of them. Probably take you like no more than 20 minutes. Bit of a strange one there as well. So you can see the pink part is what I should be following. And Fleetwith Pike's here somewhere. The guys basically went all the way up here and back. And I just stumbled across this path in front of me, behind the bothy. You can see it goes directly up there to the summit. But weirdly, on the Ordnance Survey map, it doesn't exist. Strange. I don't know why it doesn't exist on the Ordnance Survey, but you can see it's a legit path. Why am I going to walk all the way back on myself and I can just cut across? And I can see the summit from here, so I'm not going to miss it. Bit of a weird one, but probably shave a good bit of time off and a bit of mileage. After this morning anyway, putting some on, I've sort of gained some back. But this makes more sense to me to come this way. Just see the last one in sight. The guy on top. A few people up there. Fleetwith Pike, 648 metres. Last one of the day, 7 boxed. See you later. Some fantastic views up here. The lake, wow. And everyone's disappeared. Been a good day. 7 more down. Delta. See the bothy in the distance. You can just see it there in the bottom of the slate. There's loads of people at it, see? Yeah, there's people camping there. We were just saying, shall we drive up and camp at one of those bothies, but one's full and the other one, there's loads of people there now. Definitely not happening. Gonna do a car camp tonight by the looks of it, and then bag some more Wainwrights in Crummock tomorrow. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan. So you see where we went this morning. We've parked all the way past the lake. We went all the way round the back, over there somewhere, up here, all the way across, down and up. It's been a long day, but we're just on 13 miles in. We've got 3 back to the car, it says, about an hour and a half, so I think it leaves us in 9 hours, but we'll see. Looks like it's going to be a drastic drop down from this one as well. Looks steep. Back to road level, and then you're going to be walking past the lake for ages, probably a couple of miles. Not gonna lie, that wasn't fun coming down that in the background. Just them horrible rocks, mate, where you've just got to be careful and it takes ages getting down there. Not a big fan of them, but we're not far off road level now. Finally getting back to road level. Gotta be honest there, that's probably one of the worst fells I've ever come off. Just took ages, only short as well, but I feel like must have been walking over an hour at least just to get off it. It's very slow, very, very slow. Beware of what?
I don't know, it's a sort of.
Right people, A Buttermere Marathon. So as always, we'll start with parking. You can see from my recorded track, I actually started recording here, but I parked just here, past St James's Church. As you can see, there's a lot of parking in Buttermere, but I know for definite this part's free. So you can see on Google, Buttermere Lake. A lot of people tend to drive in this way, through the Newlands Pass, which is the way I drove. And as you get towards the lake, there's a church here called St James's Church. Just set your sat-nav to here if you're looking for parking. But just before it, you can see here, there's a long lay-by. And this is where I ended up parking. Drop my man in. As you can see, plenty of room. Loads here. There's the church in the background, and you can see the parking runs all the way up and then goes round the bend. What I would say, I got there very early, so I can't say if you get there late, but I would get there early, and especially if you're doing this route, because it's obviously so big. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, I actually parked here just next to the sign, and in the night I actually stayed in my car overnight to do another route in Crummock Water the next day, and I literally just camped in my car there, saved me driving home and coming back, and we were fine overnight in the car. There was actually a couple of cars along later on in the night, and a few campers pulled up and parked in this area, and no one bothered us. It was actually a great parking spot. So I would recommend parking a lay-by as it's free, but you can also do a National Trust. So as you can see here, there's a National Trust car park if you've got a pass. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay. That's if it's full by St Christopher's, but as you can see, it's just up the road in comparison. And that's a big car park. Yeah, plenty of space. I parked there a couple of years ago with my brother, as he's got a National Trust pass, which I haven't. So I'd obviously recommend the free if you want, but you can always go there. And then basically the route starts here, around where the hotels and pubs are. So it's ideal, either one, doesn't matter. So here's my recorded track. As I say, you pass through the village, past a couple of pubs and hotels, guest houses. And as you would have seen on the video, I passed through a bit of a farm. And then you basically walk past Crummock Water, just the start of it. And you would have seen on my video, I seen a guy wild camping. There's a lot of water here, so this is quite boggy, this area. And you would have seen a waterfall. So here is where the waterfall is located. But that'd be great for a wild swim, or even in the summer when it's warm. Yeah, you can see here, Scale Force, brilliant waterfall. So the way up to the first one, Great Bourne down here. This is quite a long section actually, and you would have seen me complaining about how boggy it was. It's not great if I'm honest, quite remote actually in a sense. And as you can see around here, it signifies a lot of water, and that section wouldn't be the best in the winter. If you started doing some of those fells from the middle of Buttermere and went up to Red Tarn, you can avoid all that, but just bear that in mind. And you did see at a point after I passed the tarn, we got to this area. You can see here, I went to walk here on this path, and our boots were literally getting submerged, and it was nearly going over our ankles. So we returned and had to jump a bit of a barbed wire fence, which we just didn't want to get soaked at the start of the walk, which wouldn't have been ideal. So the guy I was following route was saying I had to cut up to Great Bourne, but as you can see, there's actually no path existing there. So I just had to follow the actual path that I could see on the GPS, and I came up here, Stile Brow. Nice and steep, that area. Not gonna lie, that was nasty, mate. Took round me a bit that before I got up to there. I did mention the main cairn on that was the triangulation point, which is the highest point, but it did have a second cairn. And as you can see here, it does say cairn. I didn't notice this on the day, and I went looking for the second cairn, but couldn't find it. So from Outdoor Active's actual map, they don't even list the other cairn, as that's the main one. But yeah, it was fun looking for that anyway. And then you've got a fairly easy walk over to the next one, which was Starling Dodd. Wainwright said it wasn't much to look at, but as you've seen on the video, I thought that was one of the best summits I've been on. I just thought I think it was a fence or something, looked quite cool, man. Thought it was really good. Very interesting. Yeah, I like that one. I did like that one. And then you head over to Red Pike. Brilliant fell. Views are fantastic. You've got views of, you can see everything around the area. Get a good view of Crummock Water there. And you can see all the surrounding mountains. It's boss, mate. Loved it there. And I have been up that before. Thought that's quite a cool mountain. We actually took walking poles for the first time, and they helped a lot. They're actually really useful. And then you've got a nice walk over to Haystacks. Got fantastic views of Buttermere in the background, as you would have seen, over the top of Blueberry Tarn. Boss, mate. Haystacks, you can see I got a bit confused where the actual cairn was. I think it was the one I was standing on, but I did see a group of guys you might have seen in the video all standing there, and I'm assuming it was the summit. But anyway, I went to all of them. You'll see it when you go up there. Yeah, Haystacks, another great fell. And then you make your way over to High Crag. Another straightforward walk. There's a lot of drops over the side, so you get some good views towards Buttermere Lake and stuff like that. Very interesting walk, I can tell you that, mate. And then I did mention coming off High Crag, you drop off a lot. It's just a windy path with scree. When I done this route a while ago, we done it in mist and it was slippy on that day, but this time, even in the dry, it's slippy. I'd advise taking a walking pole if you've got one, helps a lot. But yeah, it's very slippy, man. And as you can see at that point, we walked a long way. So we said we'll let people go ahead because we weren't rushing to get down. Everyone was sort of tailgating each other and people were slipping everywhere. A couple of people had dogs and fell over. And I slipped a couple of times, but just be careful when you're walking down that section. So yeah, it's a big drop off down towards Haystacks, and you get to this crossroad section here, and you have dropped off quite a bit at that stage. So when you make your way up to Haystacks, a bit of scrambling, not massive rocks, but you've got to have handholds on some of them, and it's fantastic, honestly. Haystacks, don't get me wrong, no, it's chocker all the time. Loads of people will be up there generally. So a lot of people park here by the cottage and they come up this route to Haystacks, as it's one of the most popular mountains in the lakes. A lot of people love it. Wainwright's favourite mountain. I can see why. Haystacks is boss, mate. I wasn't too sure with there being crowds up there, but funnily enough, a lot of them left as we get there. So it's a good thing, and I got to sit on the cairn for 5 minutes and have a good look around. Some fantastic views in the background of Buttermere. So after you've summited Haystacks, you've got to pass a nominate tarn. So in one of the Wainwright books from years ago, he said he wanted his ashes scattered there. I'm not actually sure who done it, but someone did scatter his ashes there. So that's basically his resting place. That's probably one of the reasons it's so popular, but you know, it's a nice quiet place, man. It's cool. So you know what? I can see why he liked it so much. So on your way over to Fleetwith Pike, there's another tarn. Blackbeck Tarn, as you seen in the video, boss, mate. You had to pass Dub's Hut, which I'd never actually seen this in person and always wanted to go there. That is a fantastic bothy, man. I love to go and camp that one time, but I do know because it's quite known and popular, it's very busy. And as you see in the middle of the day, it was full. And you would have seen me talking about a bothy in the distance, which is here, Warren Scale Head Bothy. That is meant to be belter, man. But I wish I would have went down and had a look. I didn't notice on the GPS as I was moving along, but back in the day it wasn't easy to find as it is now. A lot of people kept it a bit of a secret. I've seen some pictures on the internet and it looks fantastic, but it's very small. Whereas Dub's Hut, you can get quite a few people in there. I think once I've bagged all the Wainwrights in the next year, I'll probably start doing bothy camps and stuff like that instead, to mix it up. So hopefully I'll get there in the future. And then it's up to Fleetwith Pike from Dub's Hut. The route I was following for some reason cut across this way towards the quarry and back, but I noticed a path straight up to the summit, so it took a bit of the time off. And yeah, Fleetwith Pike, last one of the day, 7 Wainwrights. Got some cool views of Buttermere in the background, and then you come off this section at that point you've done you've done a lot of mileage. It just wasn't fun coming off there. It's just, we were behind an older couple and they were struggling to get down and taking quite a while, and they let us pass. And by the time we got down to road level, we could see them miles behind us. And it's very slow. It took quite a while just to get off Fleetwith Pike and get back to road level. Another thing I'll mention is this Honister Pass here. Plenty of parking on there. If you wanted to start the walk there, you could. I probably wouldn't bother starting from there, but if you're struggling for space, there's plenty of lay-bys there, and there's loads of people camping overnight there. But that's a good place to park. But anyway, yeah, you come back to road level and basically back the car. We just decided to walk along next to the lake, and you've got a nice couple of miles back to your car. So you can see my stats here. It was 16.2 mile in the end. It took 9 hours and 52 minutes. Breaks wise, we took a few breaks, but not many. We was at that waterfall for quite a bit. It's good. It's a good summer route if you're trying to bag them all, but just be careful in the winter, as obviously the weather, but obviously the dark and stuff. So take an head torch if you're doing it later on in the year. Started around 7 and finished around 5, but it's a brilliant walk, mate, I'll tell you that. See a few of the photos from that day, quite cool actually. Boss, mate, absolutely loved that place. You can see here Dubs Hut, a few of the pictures. There's one of the tarns, and then that's from Haystacks. And yeah, all these photos and stuff are linked on my track on View Ranger if you want to look. But as you can see, oh, there's a massive mushroom. Yeah, man, red pike, boss walk, mate, absolute belter. There's Starling Dodd. That Wainwright said wasn't very interesting to look at, but I thought it was cool. But yeah, it's a long day, this one, so just be prepared for that. Obviously doing 16, nearly 17 miles in total, but honestly couldn't recommend it enough. One of the best Wainwright bag and walks. Just bear in mind, if you're doing it in winter, you might struggle for daylight, so take your head torch. But all in all, people, boss walk. As always, I'll link all the relevant stuff in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.